sounds the same at first.
Okay.
Yeah, is more activism and use of the law a good thing or not? And just very briefly, what I saw as a connecting theme through all the panels, including the ones this morning, so this allows to connect the morning's panel, is really the ambiguity of law. I mean, it was so clear through almost every single presentation how law is both one of the main tools of repression, and it's also the solution or the tool of emancipation. And we saw that Liora, you're talking, the German prohibition of the use of the camera, Ramute describing the legal and bureaucratic ways Ukrainian nationality is removed from Crimeans, and Sandy, the dispossession of indigenous people through law, and all the panels today. I mean, we could go on and on and on. And it's not just that, so the domestic law is repressive, but you can turn to international law as a solution. We saw with the panel on conservative norm entrepreneurs that international law itself has its repressive potential and can be used as a tool. We can have this conservative universalism. So there's a question, is this abuse of international human rights law? Is it possible just because law is always like that? Or is there something special about human rights that they're vague enough and general enough that they can be reinterpreted and used in all kinds of repressive ways? And even if we don't think of international law as repressive, we saw in the first panels yesterday international law as constraining. It creates a distance between lawyers and the victims, bureaucracy. So many limitations, and yet we insist on turning to the law for a solution. And we saw in many different presentations the law doing a lot of good things too. So what I'm left with in this after the conference is the question of how do you do it? How do you manage to do legal activism and turning to international law and to constitutional law without idealizing the law or painting too rosy a picture, keeping that awareness that whatever you do can be turned against you? How do you harness the progressive aspects? So those are my thoughts.
Okay, so I'll be really brief.